Hello students, in this series of lecture we will discuss about two special type of integrals, beta functions and gamma functions. So we will start with beta functions. So what is beta function? It is a special type of definite integral, also called Eulerian first integral. This special integral 0 to 1 x raised to the power m minus 1 minus x raised to the power n minus 1 d of x. This special integral is known as beta function with particular condition that these m and n must be positive real numbers. So you have to always keep in mind that m and n must be positive real numbers, and we denote beta function in this way, beta of mn. So this is our first part, beta function, and in second part we will discuss about gamma function. Suppose there is some integral x raised to the power 4 1 minus x raised to the power 5 dx, then it can be written as 0 to 1 x raised to the power 5 minus 1 minus x raised to the power 6 minus 1 d of x. So it can be written as beta of 5 6. Take some more examples. If this type of integral, that it is 1 by 2 1 minus x raised to the power 3 by 4 d of x, then it can be written as 0 to 1 x raised to the power 3 by 2 minus 1 minus x raised to the power 7 by 4 minus 1 d of x. So if we compare with our standard form, it can be written as beta of 3 by 2 7 by 2. So there is no necessary condition that m and n are integrals. Basically, there is no condition that they are integers. They must be positive real numbers. So now we will start with some basic properties of beta function. First is about the symmetry. Symmetry of beta function. What it means? That beta of mn can be written as beta of n. We want to show that beta of mn is equal to beta of nn. How we can show this thing? Now beta of mn, as we defined, it is equal to definite integral from 0 to 1 x raised to the power m minus 1 minus x raised to the power n minus 1 d of x, with this condition that m and n are positive real numbers. Now there is property of definite integral, that integral 0 to a f of x d of x, it is equal to integral 0 to a f of a minus x d of x. Now using this property, if we apply the same property over our integration, that will be equal to 0 to 1 it will become 1 minus x raised to the power m minus 1, 1 minus of x raised to the power n minus 1 d of x, and it will be equal to 0 to 1, 1 minus x raised to the power m minus 1, and if we simplify it, it will become x raised to the power n minus 1 into d of x. So it can be written as 0 to 1, x raised to the power n minus 1, 1 minus x raised to the power m minus 1 d of x, and this is equal to beta of nm. So first important property of beta function is beta of mn is equal to beta of nm. Now we will discuss about the second definition, or you may say second form of beta function. Now this is our beta function with standard form, this 0 to 1 x raised to the power m minus 1, 1 minus x raised to the power n minus 1 d of x, with the condition that m and n are positive real numbers. If we take special substitution, x is equal to z over 1 plus z. Now we have taken substitution, x is equal to z over 1 plus z, then what will be 1 minus x? It will be equal to 1 minus z over 1 plus z, and it will be equal to 1 plus z minus z over 1 plus z, and it will be equal to 1 over 1 plus z. So we have x is equal to z over 1 plus z, we have 1 minus x, and that will be equal to 1 over 1 plus z. Then if we differentiate both sides, what will be d of x? It will be equal to 1 plus z whole square, 1 plus z into derivative of z1 minus z into derivative of 1 plus z is again 1 into d of z, and it will come out as 1 plus z minus z over 1 plus z square d of z, and it will be equal to 1 over 1 plus z whole square d of z. It is whole square. Now find the limits of z using this expression. From this expression, our substitution, we can take x is equal to z over 1 plus z. From here, if we cross multiply, it will be x into 1 plus z will be equal to z. So x plus x into z will be equal to z. So it will be x is equal to 1 minus x into z, and we can write that x over 1 minus x is equal to z. So when x is equal to 0, we get z will be equal to 0. Again, when x is equal to 1, if we will put x is equal to 1 here, we will get z is equal to infinity. So our integration will become beta of mn and that is equal to, our limits will be from 0 to infinity. X is z over 1 plus z raised to the power m minus 1. 1 minus x we have calculated already. It is equal to 1 over 1 plus z, and it is raised to the power n minus 1. D of x, and it is equal to 1 over 1 plus z whole square d of z. And from here we can find that this is equal to 0 to infinity z raised to the power m minus 1 in the numerator, and we can find in all the three terms 1 plus z, and its power would be m minus 1 plus n minus 1 plus 2 into d of z, and this would be equal to 0 to infinity z raised to the power m minus 1 over 1 plus z raised to the power m plus n d of z. And this is second form of beta function. So from the standard form, or you may say from the first form, with where the limits are from 0 to 1, we can find second form as well, where the limits would be from 0 to. So I am writing here, I am erasing it and writing the standard form, second form for you. So the second form is beta mn is equal to integral with the limits 0 to infinity x raised to the power m minus 1 over 1 plus x raised to the power m plus n d of x, and this important condition that m and n are positive real number, that remains same. So if we take some example of this form as well, suppose we are provided with this integral, that integral with the limits 0 to infinity x raised to the power 5 over 1 plus x raised to the power 10 d of x. So it can be written in this form: 0 to infinity x raised to the power 6 minus 1 over 1 plus x raised to the power 6 plus 4. So we can easily say that m would be equal to 6 and n is 4. So this will be equal to beta of 6 and 4. So beta function can be written in these two special forms, and these two forms we have to always keep in mind that in first form limits are with integrals are with the limit 0 to 1, and in second form integral is with the limits 0 to infinity. Now if we have some special integrals like this, integral with the limits 0 to 1 x raised to the power m minus 1, 1 minus x raised to the power p raised to the power n minus 1 d of x. This is, you may take it as the application of beta function. We can extend the concept of beta function to this type of integrals as well. If we compare it with our first form, that here we have the variable x only, and here we have x raised to the power p. So to convert these type of integrals into our standard form, we will always make the substitution of x raised to the power p. So to solve or to resolve these type of integrals in the standard form, take the substitution put x raised to the power p is equal to z, then if we take the integral, then x would be equal to z raised to the power 1 by p, then d of x would be equal to 1 by p z raised to the power 1 by p minus 1 d of z. Also, the limits when x is equal to 0, z would be 0, and when x is equal to 1, z would also equal to 1. When x is equal to 0, we get z is equal to 0. When x is equal to 1, we get z is equal to 1. So our integral I is integral with the limits 0 to 1. X is z raised to the power 1 by p raised to the power m minus 1. Then 1 minus x raised to the power is z, p is equal to z, so it will become 1 minus z raised to the power n minus 1, and d of x is equal to 1 by p z raised to the power 1 by p minus 1 into d of z. So if we simplify, 1 by p is constant, it will come outside, integral 0 to 1, it will become z raised to the power m minus 1 over p, and also from here it will be 1 by p minus 1, and second term 1 minus z raised to the power n minus 1 d of z, and this will be equal to 1 over p integral 0 to 1 z raised to the power, if we simplify it, it will become p is LCM 1 minus m minus 1 plus 1 over p, and it will become m over p minus 1 minus z raised to the power n minus 1 d of z, and it can be written using the standard form. It will be equal to 1 by p beta of m over p, and so this type of integrals can also be solved using the concept of beta function. Always keep in mind that we will make this term as, we will remove the power from this term. So we can also take some example of this form. If we have, suppose this type of integration 0 to 1 x raised to the power 4 1 minus x cube raised to the power 3 d of x. So using the same concept, to solve this type of integral, to resolve them in the form of beta function, we will make substitution x raised to the power 3 is equal to z, and we will solve it. So in our first part, in this first part we will end up our beta function here, and we will discuss another forms of beta function and other application and other problems in our next part. Thank you.